let's talk about warranties. And I want you to start with exactly what you just did. Why did, in your opinion, asphalt shingle manufacturers switch to 50 years? Because I actually have certainty right now. After me, I did a video. We're a voice of roofing community. We talk common sense. I listen to roofers, and I did a video about what roofing
Yep.
manufacturers will not tell you, and I call out, like shortages and what they did. And right now, my lawyers is talking to certainty, and they're coming after me. I was like, guys, give me a break. I've never installed your product. I don't think you're bad guys, but I'm gonna call out bullshit when I see it, and they don't like it. But why? Like in certainty, you're one of them. Your product will not last 50 years, and take it to the bank. I guarantee you, it's a gimmick. It's a marketing and sales gimmick. It's not reasonable expectation. It would be the same as putting 1 million miles warranty, on a car. Yes, cars like Hondas and Toyotas, they might get to 1 million miles, but how many will? If
Yep.
you have a roof in California where it doesn't rain, like maybe it'll last 50 years, but that's not a reasonable expectation. Why did you go from 30 years to 50 years? What's your take on the whole thing? Why did they do it?
So let me show you something first. I want to pull up an image that I think everybody needs to see. This is awesome. I know you get a lot of views. So this was brought to us from one of our dealers, and the customer happened to have shingles from when the roof was installed in the early 2000s. They had to have some repairs done, or maybe it was an addition on the home. I don't remember, but that's my dealer's hand, right? He pulled out both bundles, laid them side by side, snapped a shot, and put it into our certified dealers group. This is what shingles looked like in the early 2000s. I remember when I started in this business, the weight of a shingle was stamped on the shingle. And this was not just the organic shingles. Organic by the 80s, organic shingles were dying out.
Hmm.
So they've been fiberglass for a long time, and certainly by the 2000s. But it used to be four bundles to the roofing square for a 30-year architectural shingle. And then, and of course, the bottom is today's shingles, about a third less, right? And as you know, the shingle weights used to be 320. Now they're 220, 230, 240, whatever. And I'm talking baseline architectural.
I,
Three
I,
tabs of
I,
thing
I-
at the
I've
back.
seen shingles 190, and I'm talking them like big, big brand, like 190.
Architectural,
Yes,
architectural.
yes.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. So asphalt is the component that allows the shingle to contract and expand, to adhere the granules, to remain flexible. A flexible roof is a waterproof roof. A flexible roof stands up to hurricanes. A flexible roof stands up to hailstorm. Now, not all hail and not all hurricane, but it's going to stand up better to the elements. It's that simple. You can't argue that.
Yep.
Unless you're going with wood shake, or you're going with metal, or you're going with slate. But with asphalt shingles, it's all about the asphalt, and there's very little in them today. And again, I have no problem with the manufacturers if they just call it for what it is and call it a 15 or a 20 or even a 25. But I don't even think 25 at this point.
So you, you,
I mean,
you, you think they should go back from 30 to 20 versus up?
well, I mean, they went from 30 to 40 and 40 to 50 and whatever lifetime means.
I mean, most of them went from 30 to 50, skipping 40.
Well, yeah, others went from 30. Some of the original ones that started this went from 30 to 40 and then 40 to 50. Others skipped because they didn't do the 40. This went straight to the 50. It was when one manufacturer went down the path, everybody else had to jump on it. And I think I've told you the story. I don't want to be in lawsuits. I'm not going to battle with manufacturers.
Sure.
And I've also said, I don't think that currently who runs the industry overall, the C-suite, if you will, they're inheriting something that has come along, or maybe they were in the industry but lower down the food chain, and they've worked their way into the C-suite. I know a lot of people in the roofing industry on the manufacturer side as well as contractors, and there's a lot of great people.
Of
It's
course.
never as simple as they're bad, we're good. It's just not that easy, right? But there was a manufacturer, a smaller manufacturer that was having a lot of problems. And I remember, I think it was the early 2000s. And this manufacturer came into the market and they had a 25-year architectural to compete with a major manufacturer's 25-year architectural. They rewrapped that 25 and called it a 30. And the entire Columbus market, Columbus, Ohio, shifted because now there were companies selling a 30-year product against your 25. It's all marketing, right? And so everybody jumped ship, and it wasn't very long before the other manufacturer that had the 25-year architectural, right? Then you saw the game. That's when the game started over the next, I don't know,
But they did.
number of years.
Unfortunately, it did not stop there because now they call it lifetime, and now
Yep.
we have other crazy marketing promises. So it's a marketing game versus quality game.